Hello and welcome to this News 9 Special. The opposition India bloc seems to have been shaken by the sudden turn of events with one of its key constituents, the DMK. Well, what is it all about? It is about Udhayanidhi Stalin, the scion of the DMK party, making a statement saying that Sanatana Dharma should be eradicated and also compared it with malaria as well as dengue. But many of the alliance partners have been distancing themselves from this particular controversy. However, even in the Congress, the issue has become a talking point of difference. So what is it all about? How is the India alliance affected by this particular statement, and what are the prospects in 2024 as well as for the upcoming assembly elections? We discuss about that all right here, but first let's in fact listen to what Udhayanidhi Stalin said just after that statement was made and kind of a clarification point on it.
என்ன பத்தி தான் பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க. என்ன சனாதனம். சென்னையில நேற்று முன்தினம் ஒரு மாநாடு. அந்த மாநாட்டோட பேரு சனாதன ஒழிப்பு மாநாடு தான். அதுல நான் என்ன பேசினேன்? சனாதனத்தை ஒழிக்க வேண்டும். எப்படி கொசு, மலேரியா, டெங்கு, காலரா, கோவிடை ஒழிச்சோமோ அதே மாதிரி சனாதன கோட்பாடுகளை ஒழிக்க வேண்டும் சொன்னேன். அந்த மேடையிலே நான் சொன்னேன். இப்ப நான் பேசிட்டு இருக்கிறேன், இந்த பேச்சு வெளில போனோடனே நிறைய பேரோட வயிற்றுச்சல் இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன். நான் சொன்னது நடந்துருச்சு. அமித்ஷால ஆரம்பிச்சு நட்டா வரைக்கும் இப்ப உதயநிதி பத்தி தான் பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க. இந்தியா முழுக்க புகார் கொடுக்கப்பட்டிருக்கு, என்ன கைது செய்யணும்னு. இன்றைக்கு ஒரு சாமியார் என்னுடைய தலைக்கு வேலை வச்சிருக்கிறார். 10 கோடி. உதயநிதி தலையை யார் வெட்டி எடுத்து வராங்களோ அவங்களுக்கு 10 கோடி தொகை.
Well, that was in fact Udhayanidhi Stalin also speaking about that he's got a 10 crore bounty on his head by someone, a religious leader has given that kind of a bounty. So he was going ahead and making that statement. To discuss more about this, in the studios we have our political editor of News9 with us. We have Brajesh Pandey who joins us. We are also having a huge panel of guests. We have Prasad who joins us from the Congress, Vijay Prasad spokespersons who are for the BJP, Bhanuchandra, Nagarajan, political analysts. All of them also will be joining us soon. They have in fact joined us. All of them are ready for the talk. But first, let me go to Brajesh. Brajesh, it's a myriad of ideologies that have come together. Technically opposites. If you look at the Shiv Sena, it has its right-wing ideology, the CPM extreme left, and then the Congress in the centrist position. What was the uniting factor for any of these parties to come together other than, the staunch opposition against the BJP? Interestingly enough, today 6 bypolls are happening. Within this alliance, you have the CPIM contesting against the Congress in Pudupalli, but they are alliance partners in the India bloc. Udhayanidhi's Stalin's comment, how much of a unity shake-up it has done? It has threatened the unity to an extent where leaders, in fact, in the alliance group doesn't know whether to distance, to go ahead and say that they agree with him. And within the Congress itself, there are different leaders with different opinions. Basically, this has come as a bolt out of the blue just ahead of these bypolls. And the India alliance, well, we've been saying that it is very difficult to come to a unity factor for them, but that unity has been shaken by this.
Well, I think, nobody has any kind of doubt that, the coming together of these 28 parties from diverse political ideologies, from diverse political, stand vis-a-vis various situations. Whenever people come together, there has to be a degree of sacrifice which has to be made by all of them to ensure that they stay united. The coming together was driven by only one ideology, that is to dislodge Prime Minister Narendra Modi from power. Now, pursuit of power is no crime. I personally don't see it as a sin and all. But the thing is that when you are going for this kind of, making a block, a coming together of thing, you have to also understand that you cannot make or say something which will inconvenience or which will put your own alliance on mat. If you remember, Varghese, Rahul Gandhi would take pot shots at Savarkar left, right and center. But then Maharashtra political parties, NCP, Shiv Sena realized that, this will create a lot of political problem for them. They went to Rahul Gandhi, explained the entire situation. For the last month and a half, you haven't seen one word about Savarkar from Rahul Gandhi. This is what you call, making sure that the coalition dharma is being followed. What was said by Udhayanidhi Stalin may not have any kind of repercussion in south of India, but in the north of India, it has a massive potential of torpedoing Congress and other political parties which are primarily based in North India. This has made their situation very, very uncomfortable, and that is something with, it couldn't have come at a better time, for the BJP.
Well, interestingly enough, what he said is correct. Now, let me, in fact, get in our guests as well into the discussion. Well, let us go first to Shyam Prasad Meka, who is the Congress leader, who is in fact joining us as well. Shyam Prasad, how do you see this statement? Do you, in fact, see this statement as a part of an ally statement, and therefore you tend to distance? Because I'm not saying that. When I looked at Congress's reaction, you have Priyank Kharge who endorsed it, Karthi Chidambaram who endorsed it, but then there are Congress leaders from the north who said that, this is not to be made, people should have been sensitive about it. So it looks like within the party there is a divide. There is a huge divide within the party whether to endorse it or not.
See, Varghese, Congress party works like a rainbow coalition. It reflects the people of India. All streams of thought are in Congress, and Congress way is try and find a solution between all of them. So Congress, you will have a Karthi Chidambaram who will support Udhayanidhi Stalin. You will have a Pramod Krishnan who will oppose vehemently what Udhayanidhi Stalin has said. See, Congress reflects this society, and the society is reflected in Congress. That's how we work. But as a political party, we don't come out with a stand on these things. We will let people to disagree agreeably and find out a workable solution. That's how Congress works.
But Shyam Prasad
So Congress party will not, as an individual, as a congressman.
I understand that. See, I understand that because Venugopal said Sarva Dharma Sambhava is what he in fact went ahead and said at the end of the day. He said that is the stance that we have. We respect everyone's belief. But your principal rival is asking this question. Do you agree with what the DMK is saying? And DMK has a historical reason for saying it. They have been an anti-religious movement. They have been an iconoclast party. They have challenged, the norms of society. Your party was at the receiving end of it when DMK was at its initial infancy, and they challenged the Congress, and Congress was seen as the custodians of all this culture that it was trying to hold on to. But now, as part of your ally, once opposition has become your ally, this is quite strange. Do you actually agree or not is the question, because the BJP is saying, do you subscribe to it or not? There is no in between. There is nothing. It's yes or no.
Okay. So let me lay the hypocrisy of BJP bare here.
Yeah, okay.
Brajesh, have you seen BJP asking Mayawati and BSP about the same question? Have you seen them asking Naveen Patnaik or KCR about what is their stand on this? They won't. They have a fixed narrative. They are trying to do that just to hoodwink people. Right, so Congress this is not the old Congress who will fall into the traps of these things by loose statements of one or two leaders. This is Rahul Gandhi's Congress. Come on, don't try these old tricks.
Well, in fact, let's ask the BJP themselves on this. Vijay Prasad, who's spokesperson for BJP, also joins us. Vijay Prasad, how do you, in fact, respond to Meka saying that it is hypocritical on the part of the BJP that it does not ask its allies on whether they agree or not, but it tends to ask its principal rival on this statement? Is there any merit in that argument?
See, thanks, Varghese. See, in 1933. Hitler said that Judaism is like a tuberculosis that needs to be eradicated. In 2023, 90 years later, a person called Udhayanidhi Stalin says Sanatana Dharma, Hinduism is like mosquito, dengue, flu, malaria, that needs to be eradicated. Vinashakale Viparita Buddhi. They are paving way for their own downfall. It's a horrendous remark on the Hindus. See, if you look into the way Udhayanidhi Stalin made this statement, it is a prepared speech. He was reading from the prepared text, and he is consciously speaking what he is supposed to speak. He uses the words like dengue, COVID, eradication. Making fun of Hindus, bashing Hindus, has become recent fashion statement for many people like Udhayanidhi Stalin and even Kharge, Mallikarjun Kharge. You see, look, Varghese, it is the Sanatan hatred, Hindus hatred, It is in the blood of Congress. This is the Mumbai agenda. Recently, when they joined together in Mumbai, this is the agenda they have chosen. Sanatan ko gali do ki mili vote bank ki tali. See, what Udhayanidhi Stalin said is not a one-off sequence. See, even Karge himself has targeted Sanatana Dharma, he has targeted Hindus. Even Samajwadi Party has said Hindu is a dokha. RJD says that Ramcharita he makes a statement against Ramcharita. Someone says Ram is a thief. IUML says Hindus should be exterminated. So, Varghese, there is a clear pattern, and these Hindus bashers have come together and formed an alliance called I.N.D.I.A alliance. Where is this Janayudhari, Rahul and Uddhav Thackeray has not made a single tweet condemning this kind of statements. See, it is up to you. It is up to you to follow whatever the religion you want. But why do you want to target Hindus? Why are you against the Hindus? It is a horrendous remarks. See, they are saying, let's destroy Sanatana Dharma. What are you going to give in return? Do you have anything in mind? What is that you are going to do? They said destroy temples. What are you going to give in return? Which religion are you giving the options for these people? Why are you so showing your hatred against these people? See, Varghese, this is the election time. There is a concentrated effort to bash Modi, go against Modi. In the voice of going against Modi, so they are making these kind of statements, go against Hindus, go against this one, so that they can get vote bank thali.
See, I would like to get in a political.
I want to ask, no, Varghese, I want to ask the Congress spokesperson, make one single question. Are you not a Hindu? Do you want to hear these kind of Hindu bashing statements from your own people? Come on, Meka. Are you not ashamed to be in Congress? Why don't you resign from Congress and then get out of that party? Do you want to listen to this all kind of hatred and horrendous comments? Can Udhayanidhi Stalin, can he stop his mother, his own mother, from going to temple? She is offering tulabara, she is offering some gold coverings to so many temples.
So
She
that
is
is,
offering
see,
rights.
that
She
falls
is
under the
offering
personal
so many-
beliefs of a person. So anyway,
No,
I'll
no,
try
that's
to,
fine.
I'll
That's
try
fine.
to, I'll try to
That's
get
fine.
try to get a political
Varghese,
analyst over here. Once again, I just need to give him time because he's not yet
What
been
is
introduced
it?
into
Fine.
the discussion. I will give you your time. I will be giving you your
Personal-
time. I will be giving your time, Vijay Prasadji. I'll be giving your time. I just need to introduce our third guest also, who's been waiting patiently, listening to this, so that I can get him into the discussion. We are going to have a great discussion, that's for sure. But let me introduce Bhanachandra Nagarajan, a political analyst on this. Bhanachandra, you heard the debate. I mean, I don't need to speak about it, but you heard the debate from both the sides. How do you see this? I mean, is this a pitch to be put across? Because yes, DMK has a history of being, anti-establishment, anti-religion. They have a very Periyarist line in their statements. Though they keep saying that we are anti-ritual, superstition and other things, but it tends to fall into that category, and they've been anti-casteist. Interestingly enough, this particular statement that has come in from Udhayanidhi Stalin has been touted as an anti-Hindu approach, and the alliance, the greater alliance of I.N.D.I.A has been targeted as saying that they are an anti-Hindu alliance. Poll pitch ready for 2024? Mr. Barnett?
Aristotle said that one of the distinguishing traits of being a human is to distinguish between virtue and vice. It is one of those events which has to be condemned categorically, irrespective of your political proclivities or irrespective of your religious affiliation. It is that sort of a statement. And within the India alliance itself, of course, the BJP has been opposing it, which is par for the course. But even within the India alliance, there have been leaders that have come out and opposed this statement. For example, like Mamata Banerjee and Shiv Sena and so on, right? Such statements are par for the course for DMK. It has been happening continuously, and just because people can't understand Tamil in most of India, most of these comments have been passed on, or they are not looked at or not analyzed. But this one has lit up and it has come to the fore. So there are many internal contradictions in the India alliance, which you mentioned in your initial remark, and Mr. Pandey's remark as well. So those are coming out one by one, and one thing I want to say, it's sort of disappointing to hear, even as a political analyst, to Mr. Meka, right? The equivocation that he displayed, right? It's very sad. Somebody has to condemn it very clearly. And this sort of equivocation used to work in the early 2000s when there was no social media, and the prevalence of media was very less. Now that is not the case. People are actually hearing everything. People are watching everything. And the Prime Minister has not spoken yet because perhaps of G20 and the upcoming Parliament session. But the BJP will keep this alive till even the set of assembly elections. And the Prime Minister at some point will definitely harp on this issue. So it is going to be destructive for the India alliance. But I would say that for the DMK, from a selfish perspective, there is a vote bank for these sort of statements. So the internal contradictions are there. Let's see how the opposition handles it.
Okay, the internal contradictions are there. Since you raised the issue about Mamata Banerjee, I'll just play out that bite where she distances from this particular comment and asks for some kind of sensitivity while addressing issues of such nature. Let's listen into what Mamata Banerjee had to say.
I have a great regards for Tamil Nadu people, full of South India, and also Stalin also I respect you. But my humble request would be to them, every religion, they have their separate sentiment. What we say always that, if you divide my full body, it is different caste, different religions, and India is for that. India is a secular country, India is a democratic country, and at the same time, unity in diversity is our origin. So I respect Sanatana Dharma because we know the Rig Ved, so many Veds, and it came from our Upasana, Aradhana, Bandhana, from them. And also Sanatana Dharma, I give them permission also because there are so many Purohit. They puja path jo karte hai, to puja path karte hai. They do the pujas. So how it is followed, the Balapati is very popular in South India and all over the country. Now Siddhi Data Vinayak is popular in Maharashtra and all the country. Durga Puja is popular but belongs to every country. Now we go to Mandir, Masjid, Temple, Church, everywhere. We should not involve in any matter which may hurt any section of people. Maybe he's a junior, so he may not be knowing that. But from my side, I can give my views that I also came to know this, but I do not know from which vision they have said so. I feel that they have to respect every religion.
So you condemn this statement?
Instead of saying condemn, my humble request to everybody that we should not comment anything which may hurt the major section or the small section of the people. We have to remember unity and diversity.
I did not reiterate what Udhayanidhi Maranji has said. I'm merely saying what I stand for. I stand for Constitution. I believe in the Constitution, and my religion is the Constitution because it preserves the dignity of a human being. It preaches equality, and it preaches about equal social and economic rights, and that's all I stand for. So it does not matter to me what anybody is saying, anybody is thinking.